Hello, hello, hello. It is your boys, the DM podcast, once again, giving you that flavor in your ear as I fix my camera. Last episode, we talked about, who we felt were going to win those awards. This year, or this time, I say, our prediction episode, where we talk about the top 15 teams in each conference, one conference being honestly just harder than the other conference to
Yep.
go through, but it is what it is. And we give you our in season tournament predictions, plus our East West predictions, and finally our NBA Finals predictions. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, how's my boy YS doing today?
You already know. Every day above ground.
Of course, long we're above, we are good. Let's get right to it. We don't gotta talk more. There's nothing extra to chat about. We go straight to business for this prediction. And we're gonna talk about each team and why we feel that way. We're probably just I'm gonna look at every lineup as we talk about them as well to see their starting unit. So we did our 15, and we're gonna go Eastern Conference first. We're going straight Eastern, and then we'll go West because the West, me and you were talking about before. You already said it's the Wild West. And I think
Wow,
it's for
wow, wow.
sure. Would you say this is like? And there's been times where the West has been really good, but would you say it's one of the times in most recent memory of the West being this good?
I would say in recent memory, definitely. Like I can only think back to I want to say when National and the Sun, Sotomayor, like those days, like
Right.
a Laker team. You know what I mean? Like Spurs, Dallas, those days was bumping like so maybe back to those days, but that's like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think because we had the good teams. We
Like,
had like the Clippers teams, like with Blake and Chris Paul. We've had the Houston teams, the OKC teams, of course, the G State team, right? But I think because we had such dominance in the East with LeBron, and we had such dominance with the like G State, we're just like that's why for the past few years we've seen different champions since 2019, just different champions every single year. Because I think the league has just become a lot of even playing fields, which I think I enjoy more. I like the even playing field. But the crazy thing is, I know TV wise, people like dominance. People like ratings wise, people watch more dominance than they
because
watch.
it's rivals, it's rivalry.
Yeah,
That's the
I think you just
thing.
want to see them go down too, right? I think that's the excitement part of like I want to see G State lose. I want to see the Bulls, and then I want to see the Lakers just lose. That's what makes you want to watch it. But okay, with the Eastern Conference, my 15th team, well, arguably like most of I think we talked about it a little bit. We we differ off one team, I think. And I don't know your list, you don't know my list, but I think for our last five in the East, it's pretty much the same. So, but we'll go kind of one by each of them. My 15th team was Brooklyn, which I believe would be yours as well, because they're the worst team. Um,
Cam Thomas is their number one option. So yeah.
Speaking of Cam Thomas, in our last episode, we talked about most improved. We didn't really bring him up. I'm gonna pull up their stuff because Cam Thomas may go for 30.
He will, but are they gonna give most improved to a team that does win less than 25 games?
This is true. This is true.
That's the thing. You know what I mean? So
So he scored 22.5 points. And yeah, I'm very curious to see what
and that
someone's
was a
gonna
jump
do.
from the season before, I bet.
That was sorry? A jump? Yeah, yeah, most
From the
likely.
season before. So it's like what was he on
Yeah.
recognition for most improved?
See, not
None.
even close, right? Because his season before was 10 points.
So one up 12 points? Was it 12 points?
Yeah,
20?
yeah.
That's crazy. That's double. That's double.
And no one considered you as most improved.
It's double, exactly. That's a good, but what you brought up a very good point though. You brought up a very good point though. Still, I can't
But
even
he
lie.
kind of has like this Kawhi-ness to him, where like he's kind of quiet and like doesn't really like to talk a lot.
The numbers don't lie.
Yeah, he likes to do his own thing. Like so, this is the team. What's what ESPN? So all this is ESPN depth chart. We have Schroeder at the point, Trudell, Cam Thomas, uh, Cam Johnson as well, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Nick Claxton. Then we have the man, the myth, the legend himself off the bench,
Benny Blanc.
Benny Simmons, bro. The man that everyone's like. I read something like, oh, if Ben Simmons is good though, If he's good though, watch out. Watch
Watch
out.
out for what? You still have no mans on the squad than Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson, I would say.
People like Nick Claxton. People do like him. So he may be a trade candidate this he got I think he got paid, yeah. So he may be a trade candidate. I like Duron Sharp. He was a rookie, but they have Boyan Bogdanovic. I don't know why he's on this squad. I'm not sure. Did
Just
they
moving
pay?
around lately, huh?
Yeah, like, and he's
Tiresome.
35. I think he'd be good for. He'll probably get bought out in the mid of the season, I would assume. Get bought out, a team will be like, okay, cool, we'll pick him up, blah blah blah. But they don't really got a lot. You know, there's Zaire Williams from who used to play with the Pelicans. Like, this team will be bad.
Very.
Team will be bad. But what's good for them is that they have the draft pick at least. I'm pretty sure they have the draft pick this year.
You got the Booster Twins coming in to Duke next year. You got Cooper, the
Yeah,
7 foot at Duke. And that's Duke, and that's just Duke alone.
yeah.
There's we can talk about anything else. So
So they should be okay. I forgot that they have Killian Hayes as well.
that's fucking something to look forward to.
So
Like no one.
let's just ask ourselves this question: How much is Cam? How much is he averaging this year? Because I'm looking at the squad. Like, Dennis Schroeder's going to average probably 20 points.
Cam is actually gonna go for 20. He's gonna go for not 30, but he's gonna go for like 27. I think 20, like 5 extra points he's getting this year. So 27 points a game this year. But wouldn't that be something? Cam Thomas in the top 10 scoring for the season or the top 15 and is not spoken about for most improved? That'd be crazy.
The way I'm looking at this squad, because I'm thinking about, I remember when Dennis was with Toronto, well, I think it's the way the coach kind of designed it. Dennis shot the ball a lot. Like, he believed that he was playing for Team Germany, the way he was kind of navigating the squad. But this
That's pretty
Brooklyn team, if I'm him, why wouldn't I feel the same way? Dennis has as much accolades as anybody else on this squad.
true. It's true. Like the thing is, he's like one of the vets on the squad, to be
He
honest.
lived him.
So
I think Cam Johnson should really try to step out, and like he should try to he should try to go score for 20 points a game. He should try to, so then people will look at him as that type of guy, trade asset higher. Like, that's what I would do. And then who knows with the Ben Simmons. But I think Cam tells me you're right, 27 to 30 points is definitely in his future because there's really no one else. Like, Les
no,
Claxton's gonna be more of a scorer, which I don't
no,
see.
no.
And but yeah, let's just see what Ben Simmons does. The next team I had on my list, okay, we can't give Brooklyn too much attention, is the Washington Wizards.
That's
Not
fair.
going to be a good squad. We both can see that. Even though, like, when I look at their depth chart, and I'll tell you their depth chart, Poole is going to be their one. That's what they say. Koulibaly, you have Kuzma, you have Alexander Sarr, and you have JV. Their bench is Rashard Holmes, Corey Kispert, and Brogdon. Like, there's notable names. There's other names. They have some rookie guys too.
Brogdon, best back in the
Brogdon, he's weird.
he is still, but he's best back in the league.
He's gonna he may get traded. He may. We'll see. It's gonna be the Jordan Poole Kuzma show. I know they want Alex Sarr to do some things, the rook, which I would want to. I'd be like, yeah, let's see what we have.
Yeah, and he's going to.
Right? Yeah, well, in this team, they're gonna score buckets. This team, they're definitely gonna score buckets. Not playing no damn defense at all. Which I think this is where me and you, I think we've talked about before. This is where I feel bad for like Asar, because he's playing on a team that like there's no proper mentality.
There isn't. There isn't.
Malcolm Brogdon is the vet. He's the vet that can help them become a leader. And the thing is, Kuzma and Pooh are the fucking champions. Like, they've won titles before.
They don't. They won titles, but it wasn't like you know what I mean.
They had LeBron and Steph as their leaders.
Yeah, it was like you know what I mean. Now they're the leaders, and they didn't learn how to lead. They just were around good leaders, but didn't learn.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good team. A team that I believe they should have their draft pick. Chicago is the next team I was going to talk about. Um, Chicago. they don't know what they're doing. That's that simple. They don't know what they're doing.
They've been not knowing what they were doing, and you thought they would have got it something going on by now. But how long were they supposed to move Vucevic and Zach LaVine,
And
and then
now they're like, who
DeRozan
wants
gets
them? Who would want I think Zach Levine probably still can get some love, but that
no
contract is like atrocious.
the Vucevic just has to retire after this or take that minimum.
And then so they have Patrick Williams who's on a decent contract. Kobe White, they have Kobe White and Josh Giddey. That's
I
who
like
you're really gonna
Kobe,
want to see.
I like Kobe White still. Kobe White's my guy still.
That's a guy you're definitely gonna want to see. He almost won most improved last year. That's a guy that you're gonna want to see play more. Um, I think like for Chicago, I just want to see Lonzo Ball play.
Me too. Like
Yeah, I just hope for the health of Lonzo Ball.
me too.
Um, you just want them to. I just hope that this team will just be good. But so sorry, let me give you their starters: Giddy, Kobe White, Zach Levine, Patrick Williams, and Vucevic. You know when you say it out loud, it's not horrible.
It's not. It's not. But on the court, it is sound. It is. It is.
Just don't play. To me, they may be dumb enough to start winning games. Okay,
That's
they may be, let's say, hitting that 11th seed, let's say, and they be looking at that like, oh my gosh, should we go higher? Should we let's win a couple? Let's go on a fighting winning streak. All of a sudden they're ninth.
that would be something to see though. But I don't see it. But
I hope not. Zach Levine, I don't know. That's a whole that squad. That was my 13th. There's not much to really say. My number 12, which I believe we kind of have around the same, is the Hornets. Because you don't have the Hornets in your top 10, right?
I have my 10th still. They're 10th.
Oh, they're okay. So let me so they're not in your 10. I mean, if they're in your 10, well, that means you have a team that's not that I'm not thinking of. Um, the Hawks is in your 10?
No,
Oh, okay, let's talk about the Hawks. Trey Young is a good player. I know that.
very good.
He's good. He's good. He's good.
He's a
Let's
very
not.
good player.
Very good is he's good. He's good.
Man
He
is 5'11" in the league, and he's not a okay.
no,
Okay.
he's a good player, man. He's good. I don't think he makes anyone better. Um, I want to see him make these guys better. That's when I think of point guards. I want to see them make better. The people everyone says he plays like is Steve Nash, and I'm like, I'm
I
waiting.
would not fucking say that. He plays
Yeah,
like
people
Nash.
say Steve Nash. Yeah, yeah.
Who says that?
Yeah, every commentator's like because of the way he kind of dissects the game and the way he moves around. It's kind of more like that. They
Moving
want to
like
say
Steve
Steph,
Nash
but
and
it's not
playing
Steph.
like Steve Nash is different.
Exactly, right? He just has a height. He's skinny. He light skin. They don't want to say Steph anymore. That's why. So they say Steve. But yeah, the Hawks. Once again, you have the number one overall pick. Let's see what he can do. The Hawks do have a good squad, right? People do believe in like a Jalen Johnson. Their starting unit is going to be from ESPN. Trey Young. They have Bogdan starting at the two. And we both are Bogdan fans.
He's the little gunner.
He, he's a player. They
Still.
have Zachary starting. You have Jalen Johnson and Clint Capella. So this team, the thing is, this team is going to be feisty.
They are. They are. They
Because
should be.
Bogdan, when he's hitting threes, that's a hard man to stop.
Yeah, they hit like 5, 5, 6 that game type shit. Yeah, yeah. I like Bogdan.
And their bench isn't trash, man. You have Okongwu, who I think they have to give up on because they've been wanting this guy. Either you trade Clint Capella and make Okongwu your guy because they've been wanting this guy to be the next fucking band.
He's not gonna be. You just gotta accept him. He's all right though.
He's a good, yeah, yeah. Larry Nance Jr. is a very good like role player.
He is. He is.
DeAndre Hunter, if he's coming, that's a really good like
I like DeAndre. I like Hunter.
as like your backup, like small forward who can guard. He's the best defensive player they have on the team. Like,
Yeah.
not bad. Dyson Daniels, who's a really good defender, really good defender.
That just looks funny to me, fam. But yeah, that sounds decent.
if he was better at offense, I think people would talk about him more. And you have Kobe Buffkin, who can probably get he can get the ball in the basket. So
Oh god, Atlanta's
yeah, this team should be feisty, man. This team should be feisty. Um, this team should be definitely feisty. So I'm curious about them. Okay, so now we're on like the 11 teams. The one team I had on my top was Toronto, right? You had the Hornets. So I believe Toronto would be your 11 then. If any, well, not your 11, just not in your top 10.
no. Toronto's in my top 10.
You're missing a squad, my friend. You have the Hornets, the Hawks. Well, you
No, I
say
don't have the Hawks in
no,
my
no, but
10.
you don't have Detroit.
I don't have Detroit.
Okay, so let's do our 10 then, because Detroit's my 10.
I got 10, yeah.
Yeah, Detroit's my 10. And you don't got Detroit. That makes sense because you don't have the Hawks. Or you don't have the Hawks, Chicago, Wizards, and Brooklyn.
The Hawks, no.
You don't have, yeah. So
Chicago,
so
no.
Detroit's my 10. And the reason I'm a big I've become a big Detroit fan. Because I want to believe in Cade. I really want to believe in Cade. I want to believe that he could. That last year was last year. Let's start fresh. You have a new squad, not really new, but Ivy's in his third year. Asur Thompson is a good defender as well.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris, no matter what, it's we don't like his contract, but as a player, being your fourth option, not a horrible fourth option. He's not right. Even your fifth option on a squad, he's not
I support Tobias is not.
right. You have Jalen Duran, who's a good center who can give you a double double. I'm a big fan of his. Your bench, you still have Malik Beasley, so you have vets, Malik Beasley, and you have Tim Hardaway Jr. You have Ron Holland, who you want to play, who like I said before, was a top five. Like, if you do the not a redraft, but if you talk about what they were saying 3 years ago, Ron Holland's number one overall pick this coming draft.
That's crazy.
That means something. He's
Yeah,
6'7", I believe. Let me quickly, yeah, 6'7". He's skinny, mad skinny, 197.
that's slim. But
You have Simone Vintecchio, Vintecchio. He's okay. He's okay. He averaged 10 points last season. You have Marcus Sasser. So this team, like you're young and you have Cade. I want to see something from Cade. I want to see something from Cade.
you will. You will.
And you know that I've been a big Cade guy, but Cade, Detroit's not on your 10. Why
No.
didn't they make your 10? Is it just because they lost 26 games, 27 games in a row? You don't see that development with them?
I don't see development with Detroit still. I see them developing individually, but translating towards the team and winning games, I don't see it personally. Well, for next season, that is. For this season.
Yeah, no, I wish I could. I want to believe in them, man. I really do. And I get it. Like, I didn't pick the Hornets. They're not on my 10, but we'll talk about them when you bring because they're your 10th, right? So we'll talk
Okay.
about them. I don't know. I think it's just a belief. I want Detroit to be good. I think my 9 and 10 are just wants that I have. So the Hornets are your 10. Why so?
Where's my time because they got it's like a fresh start for them. Fresh
Yes.
season, fresh start. LaMelo back being healthy. In the media day, he was just talking about, yo, how good he has to be. He's like, we'll just focus on health, just being healthy. We'll go from there. So they already had a chemistry. Rozier was there. They got rid of Rozier, right? A good player, but you need one main ball handler. I
Mhm.
feel now the chemistry's gonna get back. You missing PJ, obviously. PJ's on the Mavs, but still, LaMelo was just a dynamic passer, right? Playmaker, right? It got them buzzing again when he was on the spot when he's playing. So to me,
L-
that's number 10.
LaMelo, when he's on, the Hornets have won games. I can't even say they have. They've won games. Uh, Brandon Miller should have another great season. I think a lot of people like Brandon Miller. I like him too. I think he's a good bucket getter. So I would like to see more from him. They have Josh Green from Dallas, a good, like he can be like a
Three
two-way
and D.
wing.
Three and
So
D.
Yeah, a good 3 and D, yeah, for sure. You have Miles Bridges, who he's a
Beat
good
the
basketball
case.
player.
He beat the case, so yeah.
He's a good basketball player, I'll say.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mark Williams is good. You have Nick Richards, who people really like. You have Grant Williams. You have Cody Martin. You have Trey Mann. You still have Seth Curry. They have a 30-year-old, like he's gonna be Mitchich. He's good. He's a good like guard to have. He's older, so he's smarter. You know he's not gonna. He's like a Calderon type. He's not gonna have loose balls. He's gonna, what he's gonna do. He's gonna be
That was a colder one.
low assist type of guy. This team shouldn't be horrible. I understand why they're that way. I understand why they're 10. It makes sense to me completely. Who's your number nine?
The Raptors,
Oh,
hometown. Shout out.
mine as well. Mine as well.
Yeah.
Um, why are they your number nine?
Man, Raptors, I feel like they're having more of identity this year. You see what I'm saying? Everyone knows their roles more. It's more defined roles. Everyone's coming back healthy, fresh start. So I feel they gotta be ninth, be like no excuses this year. No excuses.
Yeah, the reason why I also have them ninth is because I always think like if you're talking about everyone developing, then you need to develop wins as well. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's gone better, but like we're not winning games. But everyone's better though. That doesn't like
Makes
sometimes
sense.
it has to make sense, and you can't tell me if Ryan Quickly's gonna get better, RJ's gonna get better. Grady Dick has been really good this whole preseason. He's shot the ball well. He's being physical. He's not just shooting the ball. He's driving to the lane. He's getting easy layups. Like if that's gonna what he does, that's good. Now defensively, he's not going to be great defensively. That's not his game. That's why I still like you kind of want that other person. But Davion Mitchell has been a dog. There's a guy named Jamal Shed. He played for Houston in college Houston, the college Houston team, and he's good defensively. He's like Davion Mitchell, like
That's good.
dogs,
That's good.
dogs. The he's playing so well that like it's making you think he may play for the squad this season. He may not touch 905, right? He's playing. He's a dog. He is a dog. He just needs to score the basket more because you can be good defensively and be like what's the guy from the Pelicans? Who's good
Dejounte
defense?
Murray.
No, the who'd you say?
Dejounte Murray.
No, the
Herb
Spanish guy.
Jones. Oh,
The Spa-
Spanish Alvarado.
Yes, him. Like he's like that pit bull, right? May not be great offensively, but man, well, they're dogs. So he's like that. Um, Bruce Brown plays and he may get traded. If you still have, Kelly Olynyk, Chris Boucher's been pretty good. The
Mm-hmm.
squad is talented enough to win games. So
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Mm-hmm.
but once again, if the Hornets were better than them, I would get it. Hawks were better than them, I would get it as well. But if we all believe in that main person, Scotty Barnes, then it
Because
should,
Saudi believe in himself.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you believe in them, then it should be the case. Now, here's the top eight teams in the East that we believe. Um, what's kind of crazy? This never normally happens, but normally you don't get the same teams, right? You normally don't get it. It's normally someone messes up, someone goes down, someone goes up. Normally, this is sports in general.
Yeah.
It's never what it seems. But normally, we pretty much picked the same eight from last year. That's going to be this. But I just think it's because there's such a talent disparity from the eight to the rest of them. It's not the Western Conference. Western Conference, we don't fucking know.
Mm-mm.
Here, we know the eight is the better eight than the rest. So who is your eight team for the Mid East? I would say.
Orlando.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. A lot of
Mm.
people are predicting a lot of great things from Orlando, and mind
Everyone.
you, they're gonna still be a good team. Like I can't speak for you, but I would say for me, this top eight now, I would say like the next six we're gonna name, like the so from three to eight, their records may be one game apart.
Maybe,
Just
yeah.
just like in the Western Conference, it may
Yeah.
be a game or two apart.
Game or
It
two,
it
yeah.
it, that's gonna be the case, but the Magic's a good team. Um, The Magic is a good team. Paolo should be better. You have Franz. I know you're a Franz guy, so I would expect them to be good. KCP, you know I'm a big KCP guy.
Shout out to KC Pizzle. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just think he's a winning player.
Dylan Suggs, yeah, defender. He's a great defender.
KCP said like he's never been a part of a team that cared this much about defense.
Wow. Hear that. Yeah, Anthony Black.
We should get some more minutes. You have Cole Anthony.
You got Cole Anthony, and his father was a defender. So what do you think he's about too?
You have Gary Harris. You have Jonathan Isaac, who may play some five because he's gone
Yeah.
bigger.
And you have
Uh,
Gary Harris too. Come on, man.
you have Wendell Carter Jr. You have Mo Wagner, who like sometimes randomly gives you 16 to 18 points
Yep,
off the bench.
yep.
Very random. You have some good vets in the KCP, like we said. Corey Joseph is on the squad, which like I'm surprised that he
Corey Jones on the squad. Corey Jones on
yeah.
the squad.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Surprised. Um I'm very surprised, but as one of those, he's gonna help the squad. But I remember he was, I think it was he not in Golden State last year? Yeah, you have another Canadian, Caleb Houston, who can kind of shoot the three pretty well. That's what he did in college. So this team should be good, right? Once again, them being eight, it's only probably because of a game behind the third place team. It's not because
Yeah,
this team
yeah.
isn't good. A team that won 46 games last season, may win the same amount of games, but all depends. That's my number eight, Miami Heat.
Let's
Miami
hear it.
Heat, good squad. Jimmy, Bam, Tyler, Duncan Robinson, Rozier. I like the rookie Khalil Aware. And it's flipping Miami, man. It's Miami.
Yep,
It's
yep,
fine.
yep.
They're one of the hardest working teams in the league. There's not much to say. Not much to say. They're gonna be a good team.
Shout out to
Who's
Bam. Shout out to Bam.
And I predicted in our last episode that Bam will win the defensive player of the year. Now it's gonna be hard for me defensive player of the year when he's gonna be eighth. But like I said, if the records are what I believe the records will all be, he can still win it. Because as long as he has a top 10 defense and he's the anchor of it, still a chance there. So yeah, I picked them as my eighth team. Who is your seventh?
My seventh team is what you just said, the Heat.
My number eight was Orlando. My number eight was Orlando. My number seven was Orlando. Yeah. So that Florida, those Florida boys down there,
What a
that
boy.
seventh, eighth is really theirs. Everything you said about Orlando makes sense. Everything the Heat, yeah, you believe in the Heat.
Come on. I believe in the Heat, man. I believe in their system.
Still one of the more
Their
scary teams.
culture. It's more or less, I believe in the Heat culture.
Yeah,
So,
it's still probably one of the scariest teams in the playoffs.
yeah, yep, yep, yep.
Like it's a
Definitely.
team I can count on. And this is Jimmy contract year, Jimmy. And contract year, any player, it was pretty good.
Scary. Trust me. Especially
Contract year, Jimmy. But let me look at their starting unit because I I'm curious if there's reports if they're gonna start Tyler Hero or not. And I don't know. You can start Tyler Hero. That should be fine. Because then Rozier will play the one, if anything.
mhm.
So it would go, yeah, Rozier, Hero, Butler, they say Jovic, and then Bam. But I would probably start Yakez. I like him. And Kevin Love is still on the squad as well. You have Duncan Wright, you have Josh Richardson, you have Alec Burke, who can kind of score the basket sometimes. Who is your number six?
Number six, them boys down in Indiana, man, them Pacers.
Same here, same here, same here.
Jeez.
Yeah. The East is kind of like, but mind you, I was arguing about the pick. I was thinking to push them up.
I
I
hear
was
you.
thinking to push them up because one thing, the more I realized, regular season is just so different than playoff. Winning games in regular season is just different.
Just winning games. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just winning games, right? Some of the time. So like, but I love the Pacers. They're right now of course Utah's my second team, but because they have Pascal, definitely I'm a Pacers guy. I believe in that squad. I believe in their I believe in a lot of stuff. Defensively, I don't believe in it. I should say that. Even though Miles Turner is a good defender, Pascal's a good defender, Aaron Naismith became a really good defender overnight
Yeah,
to me.
yeah, he did go overnight, huh?
Yeah, he became a really good defender overnight.
In the playoffs, he's doing his thing. I'll say that.
He was never like that. But why'd you pick them sixth?
Man, I like their run and gun style still. You know what I mean? I like how every man is playing with confidence on that squad, and confidence is key to winning basketball games. It's not just skill. It's the majority of it's confidence in your skills. So on the Pacers, they're a well coached team. Rick Carl's a great coach. So to me, it's the
It,
Pacers. Yeah.
if they're third, let's say they're top three in the East or top four, it's gonna be because the chemistry on this team is real. They like each other.
We've seen it.
They like each other. Pascal's been such a leader for them. Like I've seen they have Jarris Walker, who I think can be really talented. And he like raves about Pascal. These guys like they Pascal held like a thing during the summer. Everybody came.
That's
Everyone came.
that's nice. That builds the team chemistry. That's
That
nice.
builds team chemistry, right? So it's just mind you, did it in Toronto too for the Rico runs, but having the runs just being the Indiana guys, it just makes them better. Miles Turner has been on the squad for a minute. Like when you think about it, Miles Turner is a part of that PG area.
Was he there with Granger? Yeah, he was there with the PG era actually. Yeah, you're right. He's there with
I'm
the
not too sure. I feel like he either was final season of Granger or he missed Granger, just the like. But he was
PG.
there for PJ, and then he's there for the Victor Oladipo era. Then they had this a bonus ish era.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's been
yeah.
here. He's definitely been here. And like so, their starting unit is Tyrese. They're Andrew Nemhard, who one of the guys you're a big fan of. Aaron Naismith as well. Pascal, Miles Turner. Their bench is TJ, Ben Shepherd, who I like. Mathurin, Toppin, Isaiah Jackson. They have Jarris Walker. They have like a rookie that can shoot threes. I don't know where his name is, but he's not here. But they have some guys.
Pacers.
It's in their name, man. They can pace. They can
Um,
pace the. They're gonna score the basket.
oh, come on, you know this. I
Rick
want to see
Carlisle likes to score the basket. You're number 15.
my number fifth. This team wins regular season games normally because of Donovan Mitchell. So it's the Cavaliers. What
Yeah.
about you?
My number fifth is the Bucks.
Oh, it's the Bucks. Okay, okay, okay. But the
And
Cavs,
it's
on the Cavs is like you got Garland, you got Mobley, you got Allen, you got Levert, which is another six man. Kind of like these guys are gonna win regular season games. They barely beat Orlando last year to get to the second round, but I kind of expect them around the same thing, like second round or on the second round, maybe. Right. So the Cavs, they're gonna win. They're gonna win 50 plus games. They should win 50 games. So
that's the thing with them, right? They're my fourth team, I should say. They're my fourth team. And like just to quickly mention them, so their starting unit, Darius, Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. I think all in all, this team, as much as it depends on Mitchell or Garland, Mobley's really the guy they're depending on. That's their high draft lottery pick. That's the guy that you believe in. That's the guy that like you want him to be the developing person,
yeah,
right? But if he doesn't have the ability to stretch the floor, you got to make a decision between him and Allen,
definitely.
right?
'Cause I
And
don't
if you
know if
have
this
Mitchell, you
experiment's
keep
working.
Allen. Sorry,
Because I don't know if this experiment's working.
right? It's not. But like you said, they're gonna win games. Donovan Mitchell can win games. That's simple. He can win games. So yeah, they're my fourth just because I believe they're gonna win games. My fifth are the Bucks because regular season wise, I can truly see Giannis take your time. Middleton, definitely take your time. The only person who should be showing us something is Dame Lillard
100%. He's new to the squad, and it's
because you didn't play great last year.
no,
We all took you off top 10.
it's crazy.
We all said not Dame. We basically we you maybe top 15, maybe.
That's
And you're
crazy.
Damian Lillard.
Hmm. Hmm.
So and the guy we traded you for won a title with the team we traded you for.
Isn't
That
that
guy
crazy?
won the title. So we need something more. Yeah, that's my fifth. But I still think Giannis is gonna have. Giannis had one of his best stats season he ever had. So I would only think it's gonna be just as good. Just as good. Who's your fourth team?
The Bucks, the Bucks. Shout out the Bucks. Shout out Lillard having a subpar season. That injuries, Lillard has subpar season, but the Bucks are gonna win games in regular season. We don't know about the playoffs, but we're just talking regular season. Bucks should be fourth. They should win games.
Yeah, like that's the thing. They talented enough to win games. You still got Giannis, you still got Brooke Lopez, still got Middleton. Here says that Gary Trent's gonna be the starting two. I can see that because they don't have a starting two. Or I'm surprised they wouldn't start Pat
Connaughton.
Connaughton.
Yeah, let's put Pat Connaughton. Pat Connaughton's mad athletic too, so
Yeah, I'm surprised they wouldn't put him. Uh, Potentially not a better defender. They have Torian Prince, who probably I would start him so he can be my like shooting guard to do a bunch of things. Um, they have what's his name? Yeah, DeLon Wright. Yeah, they're okay. They're okay. They're gonna be okay. They'll definitely be okay. And they have Giannis, man. What are we talking about? They have Giannis. They
yeah,
definitely have Giannis.
Giannis 30 and 15.
Like easily.
15
That's
easily.
that's why this for them it really depends on Dame. Like Milton has to be healthy too. But if you're Damian Lillard, you have Giannis. Like you two should be enough. You guys should be enough. So, but we'll see. Who is your number three squad?
New York Knicks. Flavor in your ear.
Um, Mine's the 76ers.
Okay. Third,
Why,
okay.
why would you say next?
Well, Knicks are gonna bring what they brought back last season, with the defense and the scoring and the leadership of Brunson, right? So I feel they're gonna do well this season again. I don't know how deep of a run they're really gonna have in the playoffs, but in the regular season wise, they should be third place in the Eastern Conference. You know what I mean? So
I picked 76ers because I don't think Embiid's going to play a lot of games. But if Embiid plays 50 games, they should at least go. If he plays 50 games, they should go like 22 and like they should win not 20, probably 25 and 15. Or no, sorry, it's 50 games, right? So 35. Am I right? My math, yeah, 35 and 15 at least with Embiid, right? Because you're still facing a bunch of teams that you should be better than. Those 15 losses should be against teams that like are borderline better than you. Like, so you guys should win games. So that's 50. So you have 32 other games that are Paul George and Maxi,
more or less.
right? So if it's just those two, they should be able to win at least like 32 games. Those guys should win, should be 17 and 15 at least. And that's five. That's like a little bit above 500. And we are thinking it should be better. So that's mine. My number two were the New York Knicks. You got Carl Anthony Towns. You have Mikal Bridges. You have OG Anunoby. You have the star in Jalen Brunson. And you have the energy guy in Josh Hart. Nah, you should be good.
Josh Hart be getting boards like a mother. Yo,
You
leave it
should be
alone.
good. You should be good. Knicks should be darn your fucking first place, okay? We're just respecting we both have the same number one. We're just respecting that team. But ultimately that team shouldn't even like care to be number one.
Yeah, it's true. But they
It's
but they are just gonna. I feel like how Missoula has them for the number one. He's just gonna have them like, this is how you guys play, so we're gonna play at the same period,
oh
like
no.
whether you know what I mean, like we're playing championship ball, period. That's our standard. So we're not gonna okay turn it on. We're not. We need to be on so we know what we're doing all the time. I feel like
And
that's Boston.
and the crazy thing is, so Denver won the title 2 years ago. They won more games last year than they won the year they won the title.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Right? Like we talked about Toronto in the last like that championship after, there's no hangover. Teams want to like slit your throat. They want to slit your throat.
You know, you won the ring. They're out to get you. Like, do it again,
Right.
again.
So then you play harder. The Boston bench, just because we don't know and talk about them, doesn't mean they're not good. Derek White was like at some games their best fucking player.
Yes. Yes.
Porzingis is a flipping mismatch, just in general. Jason Tatum did not play or barely played for the Olympic squad after just winning a title.
They're dissing the C's.
And the Jalen Brown wasn't even invited.
Crazy.
The two best team guys on the squad didn't get a lot of respect. The other two good guys, and Holiday and White, got so much more respect.
It's crazy.
They're when they come in, don't no one be shocked that Boston is winning beer games. Now, there's normally a team that wins 60 games. It could be Boston again.
Should be.
Um, but I also think this season is going to be one of those like everyone is incredibly close together because you can't tell me in a regular season game can the Cavs beat the Bucks? Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. Can the Cavs beat the Knicks in the regular season? Yeah, yeah. Donovan Mitchell goes for 50. Why it can happen, right? So I think like regular season, we'll see. So we basically have the same eight, Boston being at number one. Let's go to the Wild West.
Wild Wild West.
The Western Conference, I did this list last week. I changed it a couple times, and I'm still not confident when I did.
Get
I'm not
into it.
confident at all. So the teams that we don't really got to talk about them a lot. Portland, Portland should be the worst team in the league. They should be.
Definitely.
I can. Whew, their starting unit. I know Scoot should be one. I just want a guy we never mentioned in our episode of Most Improved, Shaden Sharp,
Mm, mm.
and
But
he's a guy that I
just
think
pay
we.
attention to Portland in general. Like you said with the Cam Thomas and the most improved, like they should, but they're not.
You're
So those
right.
are two guys to look out for, Shade and Sharp.
So when I tell you their starting unit, I think a general person may go like, not the worst. You have
Okay.
Scoot.
Okay.
You have Anthony Simons, who probably
Yeah,
should be
I
traded.
know I like that guy.
Denny Abdia, people like a lot, a good defender. Jeremy Grant, another good defender, but he's like Jeremy. Sometimes people were just positioned at the right time. He's the perfect example of being positioned at the right time to get that big ass contract he got because he got the big ass contract and fucking chilled, just chilled.
Literally,
Like
literally.
he should have been a most improved guy like a couple years ago. He should be an all star. He got his bag and said, "Okay, I'm good." DeAndre Ayton, Chris Murray comes off the bench. You have Rob Will, who's always injured, so I don't know what that's gonna happen. You have Klingon from UConn, who's coming this
Oh,
season, who
oh,
should be good.
Donovan Clingan. Oh yeah, the center, 7-1. Okay.
Yeah,
He's all
right.
right.
You have shouts out to Etobicoke. You have Delano Banton, who played really good at the end of the season last year. So you could have like a squad, but you're still not going to win games. You're in the West. This team is not good enough for the West.
No.
This team can beat the Washington Wizards, but you're
Yeah,
not good in the
they
West.
could. But I
Right?
said,
You're not good in the West. This team can beat Brooklyn because Anthony Simons, like you said, Anthony Simons is pretty much Cam Thomas, low key. You're just gonna say we need a bucket, so do your thing. Definitely.
Anthony
Utah,
Simons is that nice. What Lillard and McCollum in the squad. He just never had opportunity.
Utah shouldn't be good.
No,
They're gonna be feisty though, because once again,
I agree with that.
you have Markkinen, you have Colin Sexton, you have John Collins, you have
Clarkson,
uh, Clarkson. So
Kessler.
who didn't have a good last year, but I'm pretty sure we'll be back to what I think a lot of people expect him to be. Still good defensive big, still a good big. So Utah should be okay, ultimately speaking. But there's just gonna be a tough out. They're not a team you can just walk all over at all. You shouldn't be able to walk all over. Let me go quickly. I guess they're starting Cavante George, but that's a little shocking to me. They have Taylor Hendricks potentially starting. You have Cody Williams, J Dub's brother. I like Isaiah Kohler. Yeah, they have Kyle. And this team in the future can be really like spicy. And they can't trade Laurie Markkinen this year. They have to trade him next offseason.
Oh shit.
Okay, because when he signed the contract, you have to. Now I'm just gonna ask you, so I'll just kind of tell you my 13 to 11. Do you have San Antonio in your top 10?
San Antonio, I don't.
Okay, so we can talk about them. They're gonna be a good squad.
Yeah,
They're gonna be a good squad. Wemby's gonna be good. But at the end of the day, some people are like, "Oh, this team could win 41." The West, West is going to be the most like it should be competitive for most of the
you
year.
can win 41 and still not even be in the play-in in the West.
Yeah,
That's
because
just
that
what it is.
it's going to be that good. It's really just going to be that good. The East, the top eight will have even last year. Miami was eighth and they won 46 games, so it's not like it's not possible.
That was eighth. Yeah. So the
That was
West,
eighth in the and the East. So the East is always going to be good. The top eight will be good in the East. No one else in the East is going to be that good. The top eight will be. But the West, oh my gosh, everyone could be good. San Antonio's starting unit is Chris Paul, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Sohan, and Victor. Off the bench, it'd be Keldon Johnson, Julian Champagny, Trey Jones, the only man that you were saying before passed him the ball, Stephon Castle, who they really like. So we'll see. We'll see with this team.
the team
Victor
doesn't
should
sound
still
like
be good.
right now. They don't sound like they have chemistry.
Yeah. They're probably a playoff team next year. They're probably a playoff team next year.
Yeah.
So it's really just about seeing what Victor can do.
Yeah, with CP, let's see what Victor can with actual point guard.
Yeah. Yeah. My 12th team, I don't know if you have them on your top 10. The Clippers.
You have the Clippers on the top. I do not have the Clippers in my
Me
top.
neither. I think I think
Yeah,
they have the potential to have a horrible season.
yeah.
And I think they have a pick swap. So it's kind of dangerous for them. They have a pick swap with the one team that everyone has a pick swap, OKC.
Man, they just got OKC. Oh shit.
So I think even San Antonio has one, but I think there's a team that can't afford to be bad, and we may have said it in the Eastern Conference. It's the Hawks. We didn't mention the I didn't say it to the Hawks. The Hawks don't. The Hawks need to be good this year. They don't
You
have their draft pick. It goes to San Antonio.
okay?
So that's where I would maybe they may try to win games because
Good.
right because you losing your draft pick in this year's draft to San Antonio. No,
That's
you're
just another person that had to with Wemby.
oh, it's crazy. This is how crazy it can be. Yeah, so Clippers, I just see them being not good. We all believe in Kawhi. We like Kawhi. The Clippers actually have a good unit. I just don't think I think the other teams are just better than them. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, it's true though. The West is wild. So
We have
what
James
your
Harden
James
as
Harden?
as a point, Terrence Mann, who's a really good like run arounder type of guy. Derek Jones Jr., a good defender. Kawhi and Zubac. So you can say James Harden all you want, but is he the same guy? He's not. You
Not
have
even.
Kevin Porter Jr., who I don't rate him, so I don't care.
No, he beat the
Um,
case. Shit.
but another man would be this case. Chris Dunn. They have Mo Bamba. They have Kai Jones. Like this team is like an accident waiting to happen.
Honestly, I'm thinking that, and you said it because I don't know what kind of roster, what kind of bench, what
Yeah.
kind of names those are together.
There's too much random personalities.
Yes,
PJ Tucker he doesn't want to be here. He like literally he,
too much random personalities in LA in a new arena. Stop this.
they won't be good. Another team, which is my 11th team. And I wonder if you have, and I would understand why you could have them in your top 10. Is the Warriors. Do you have them in your top 10?
I do not have the Warriors in the top 10.
Also, I think we pretty much have the same 10 then. Yeah, I don't have the Warriors. It's not that I don't think they're good. I think the West is just
It's just too
crazy.
strong.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So Steph is still Steph Curry. Draymond has been Draymond for a while. We both talked about Kaminga being most improved. Well, you did, and I can definitely see that as well. But if the West is as talented as the West is, that's why this year could be the year where like you may win an award, but your team may have not made the playoffs, and that's okay this year.
It
That's
is what
okay,
that's in the West, yeah.
right? The community average is 24, but Warriors don't win. It's not because the community average 24. It's because everyone in the West is just that damn good. All right, they're just that damn good. So let's get to our top 10. Who's your 10?
10th is the Rockets.
Same as me. Same as
Oh
me.
shit,
That's
already.
your squad, man. You tell me more about your squad, man. I put him 10 because of you. You made me like them.
They
I
did
like them a
last
lot.
season, so you DB. Shout out to DB. Shout out to Fred. Like I just can't believe it, but I can believe it. You know what I mean? Shout out to the coach. You know what I mean? Hard nose. You know what I mean? So like Houston, they just believe in themselves. They believe in the coaching staff, right? They're playing with confidence, right? Green has pressure now because the guy that's ready to take his spot, right? So when you have like that, everyone's challenged to play better. So that's why I got Houston at 10 still.
Just to kind of even repeat what you just said, Jalen Green, you have like a knife in the back. You like someone's about to stab you real quick. If you don't become the guy they want you to become, they're gonna take you out. You're gonna see the real NBA soon. The real
Yeah,
NBA is you don't perform in 3 years, we're out of here. So don't and he didn't get the contract, right? Him and Sangoon didn't get the contract. They didn't get the contract extension, I should
I think they're
say.
gonna hand it to Sangoon first, though.
Right. Me too. I would have Sengun first.
Yeah,
Like I know Jalen Green had a good end of the season, but once again, I feel like end of the season, playing good at the end of the season, like it's not the greatest thing.
yeah,
I'm a we'll do a little football chat. I'm a big football guy. I love the Packers. We had a quarterback play one game. One game. It was the last season of the game. Played so well that the Seahawks paid him a boatload of money. Boatload of money. That same year, they drafted a quarterback. His name was Russell fucking Wilson. Okay. And who they play? Russell Wilson. And they won a title. After paying, now they have a backup quarterback who's making $30 million a year. And you drafted Russell Wilson and he was better. Having someone play good near the end of the year means shit. Let them play for a whole season.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Let
yeah.
them play it for a whole season. So let's see that. Their starting unit is Fred, who's technically in a contract year, because his contract is they can it's a team friendly contract. It's a team option. They can sign him, keep him for 40 mil, or they do something. But I heard or read a report where he said he's not here as a rental. He's not trying to just be here. He's trying to sign long term. Fred's about his money. We both know that. Fred's about his paper.
Yeah, we definitely know. He's
And he
like,
likes this team. So it's really up for them. But Jalen Green at the two, Dylan Brooks, you have Jabari Smith Jr., who a lot of people like,
he's all right.
and Sengun. You have Steven Adams off the bench. You have Tyree Eason. You have Amen Thompson. You have Reed Shepard. You still have Cam Whitmore, who can like
Yo,
he
Houston's
can
not
get a
bad.
bucket.
This is not a bad roster.
Not bad roster. You have Jayshawn Tate, who can randomly have a good game as like a rebounder and stuff. And you have Jeff Green. You have Uncle Jeff, who's just being Uncle
I
Jeff.
mean, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's a good squad. Number nine. Me too.
Lakers, the Lake Show.
Me too. Me too.
Shit,
Me too.
shit.
They're just a what do you LeBron and AD, we respect them, right? Um they're gonna do the Bronny and LeBron thing the first game of the season, and that they won't do it again. They're just doing it for the first game. Even they everyone knows it. They're doing it for the first game. Probably I'm gonna assume it'll be either the first quarter or the second quarter. But I think it's easy to do the first quarter with like a minute to go. You bring Bronny to play with his dad. Everyone takes pictures. Bronny sit the fuck down, and we're never
That's
doing
it.
that shit again.
We need to win the fucking game for real now.
Yeah, now we gotta win. Now we gotta pay attention. But yeah, it's. I think JJ Redick is going to bring a additional like honesty. Russell and Darvin Ham did not get along. It seems.
Mm.
So he's saying it's the first time he really had a coach like believe in him. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see when it comes to Russell. I do believe in like let Russell, Reeves, what's the guy who comes off their bench? Gabe Vincent. I'm all the belief like let them do what they got to do. right? And AD let AD definitely do what he has to do, and LeBron just kind of chill to give them the confidence in the playoff time to make some noise.
To make plays, yeah, I agree.
Right. But why you have Lakers 9?
When I got Lakers now because the West is difficult. A, B, you got factors, right? You got Ryu, you know,
Yeah.
AD. You got Reeves. Like Russell's not the most consistent guy, right? If he was more consistent, like a real consistent guard, I would have them maybe one step higher, maybe. But because Russell's inconsistent guard play, that's why they're in the the ninth spot for me.
I think, I even bring up Russell, you're correct. A consistent D'Angelo Russell would be a game changer for the Lakers. Consistent, like everyone has bad games, but like a consistent level, no, that's different. Max Christie, you got the contract, bro. Let's see something. I don't know why they did that, but let's see something. I'm confused about that. I want to hope our eighth is the same. There's a team
It's
that
tough.
I went back and forth on because they're actually not a bad squad at all. My eighth is the Suns.
Okay, it's a different age, but same area, but different age. But yeah, yeah.
I just believe that it's not that bad of a team, man. When you go depth wise, you got
No.
Tyus Jones, you got Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Nurkic. Then you have Allen at the bench, Royce O'Neal, Mason Plumlee. Um, so Bol, but I don't really care for the Bol thing. The reason why is because I just think Devin Booker is going to come into this season playing really like nice.
They should be.
Bradley Beal says he's healthy, so he should be better. This team still won like 47 games like last season. So this team wasn't even like bad last season. They still won bigger games last season.
No.
So with a healthy Bradley Beal, but who's to say how consistent is? And they have a point guard. Now defensively, where's the defense? That's where I can see them losing games.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Because
offensively, they're great offensively.
Nurkic is
He's probably their like KD is probably their best defender, and the man's getting older.
yes, yes. KD was getting blocks because he had to.
Right. So,
It
but
was
KD's still
crazy.
KD.
Like
So,
Nurkic is like on defense. It's just, and that's your.
right. He gets
That's
and the thing is, Nurkic is okay defensively, but he just has moments where you're like, what's up?
like he's I can't say he's below okay. He's a little less than average.
Mhm.
A little less than average. I'm not saying he's horrible, but he's less than average,
Right.
right? He's like, and I don't want to bring this guy up really, but it's like not even bring this guy up, but it's like he has moments like Zion
I can see
on
that.
defense, right?
Yeah, because it's more like because it's the potential. Like you could be better.
Exactly. He could
So I
definitely
agree.
push this defense. I always say it's a mindset. It's a mindset.
I guess. And then honestly, with them, it's just more like, can you beat? Like I don't think you're better than any other team. I think if a team has size, they'll beat you.
Mhm.
Offensively, you're gifted. Who's your eight?
My eight, and this is hard. Like the West is just
This
hard.
is
It's
hard, man. It's hard.
because I have Memphis.
See, it makes sense. I kind of think I put them too high because for a second I was starting to believe in them too much, but now I think I'm at
No,
the
you could be right because I'm feeling like now I'm like okay, yeah, I hear Phoenix State, but I'm like yeah, and then we're talking about Zach Edey, and I'm like yeah, I kind of like that, and then but it's Memphis. I have Memphis like honestly, they're going to need to get adjusted. They haven't played all together in a minute, so there's going to be that adjustment period, right? But once they get adjusted, I feel like they're going to start rolling. So,
right. And that's why I put them where I put them because I'm thinking like when they were fine, they were
yeah,
fine.
with like Brendan Clark coming off the bench,
Yeah, like when they were fine. But then he's had a bunch of injuries. A man wanted to shoot a gun. Like they had a bunch of random stuff. But now I'm like, okay, like this team is not as bad. So it's weird.
like how you put that, I'm not one to shoot again. I like how you put that still.
Like,
It's
like
still
they're a complicated team, very complicated team. But if they're good, man, they could be good. He's still got Luke Kennard, one of the best 3-point shooters in the league.
Very, very.
Desmond Bain is gonna his role changes. Like I like that. I like that pick as well. Was that your eighth or seventh?
That was my eighth.
Okay. My seventh is the Pelicans.
We got the same. We got the
Once
same.
again, just a weird team to predict.
It
I think
is.
they're one of the hardest teams to predict.
They are. They are. They are.
I'm not sure if you saw the report of who their center is or who they're playing center.
No. Who?
Herb Jones. They
Is,
wrote he's considered our
is Herb
center.
Jones the second or third? Like, is this a different Herb Jones?
Like, 'cause
What
it
do you
doesn't
mean
make
Herb Jones?
sense. It doesn't make sense.
Herb
Herb
Jones
Jones
as
is
the wing defender?
because I think the way they're gonna see like who is he gonna you think he's gonna guard Anthony Davis? Come on.
How is Herb Jones? So they're gonna have. Let's start from 5 to 1, right? 5 to 1. So they're gonna have Herb at the 5, then Zion at the 4,
Yeah.
and
BI at
then
the three.
Bi at the 3.
So even if you go right now to ESPN depth chart, they don't have the rest of the depth chart. They only have Herb Jones at center. I kid you not. They have no one else. They just have Herb Jones at center. They don't even have the rest of the squad. They don't have the rest of the squad. They just have Herb Jones. That's
Herb Jones, what
crazy.
height?
He's like 6'7". Maybe
6'6",
maybe
six
six
seven. So
eight.
the same height as Zion,
Yeah, 6'7". Two
right?
12. Skinny.
Skinny too. So he's not like a Draymond. Okay, so he's 6'7", right? You got Zion that's 6'7", that weighs more.
Yeah.
You got Bi that's taller, and Herb is playing in the 5.
Yeah. Makes no sense. Just
Either
makes no
way,
sense.
any switch that happens to anyone Zion is guarding the 5, it's still cookies and milk.
Cookies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, they're not good, man.
Bi is slim, he has length, but it's still cookies and milk.
Yeah, they just that's what I'm saying. Like, but then you think about it, Zion is such a dynamic player that you'd be like, yo, Zion dominance, they're good, right? They're good.
On, here's the thing, unless the Pelicans honestly could be playing chess.
They could be, man.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because they want to force other teams to play small, extremely small, like position. We're going to say positionless
Yeah,
basketball. For
yeah.
real, for real. I think they're trying to force that. We're going to see how it works. I would like to see the game between them and Memphis actually. See how that would work because I want Memphis to
Right,
play big, play their big, right? And then
right.
play with her. Do what you guys do. See that. I want to see that like different teams with different identities.
Right, because for
Going
the Knicks, they were like, oh, we're gonna play OG at the 5 sometimes, even if Carl is there. But OG has like OG's a big guy. OG's
yeah,
not skinny,
yeah.
right?
OG's
So
bigger than
it's
her, bro. OG's like 6'8", 6'9" type maybe. Like
and like OG's probably like that and probably 230, 240.
yeah, he's like
So he has size. So this is where they're not making any sense. This is where if I'm a coach, I'm looking at the GM like, what's up? What are you doing? Like, you didn't give me a center. We should have just kept JV then. Like, what are you doing to me? This is, I'd be cheesed.
but there's not room for Zion to operate,
Right.
right?
That's what they want, right? They
So
really want to trade Ingram. I think they're probably telling the coach like, hey, our bad. We want to trade Ingram. This has to be. We just want to trade him so badly because they traded him to the team like Atlanta, but I don't know what Atlanta can give up now. You have to give up DeAndre Herder, which is good, another defensive. I'm sorry, DeAndre Hunter, and then you
Hunter,
probably have to trade Capella. So at least you have a center now.
do it, do
Because
it.
Trey Murphy is about to get a bag. Okay, someone's gonna pay him. He's like one of the best 3-point shooters in the league,
He is
and
a
he's
fucking
6'10".
gunner.
And he's 6'10".
6'10", he should be playing. He should be playing the 5.
If you want to play someone, but then the squad is still good because CJ had a really good season last year.
CJ had a really good season, but watching games and watching
It
footage,
doesn't always feel that way.
he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't really passing as he should.
Yeah, and then like you're Dejounte Murray, who ultimately you brought to be Zion's like number two, number three guy. So the person that just sticks out like a thumb is Bi.
Easily, and not even
Is
CJ. Not even CJ, which is
Not
crazy.
even CJ,
Which is
because
crazy.
you want Herb to play, and you want Trey Murphy to play. But this
100%.
Bi guy is just he's just here.
Yeah,
But I
he's ready
always
to
think
go.
like call Detroit,
By Detroit.
be like, hey Detroit, give us some bad contracts. We'll take some bad contracts. Give us a draft pick, maybe a next year draft pick, and like, what's up?
Give us a sewer. That's what they should be on. Give us a sewer.
The Detroit's hanging up.
Yeah, yeah.
Detroit's hanging up like,
Like,
nah, man,
like,
we'll give you Ivy. We'll probably give you Ivy if you want. We'll give you Ivy. We'll give you Ivy and then give us like a two young guys real quick. Who is your number six?
number six, honestly, is Phoenix Suns.
See, mine were the Grizzlies. So we just swapped our Grizzlies and Suns pick.
Well, yeah. So shit, our lists are kind of similar so far, but yeah. You touched on the Phoenix Suns. I don't really got much to say about them. They're kind of disappointing. So six, I'm just giving them six based on the three and the talent level to get them there really. And
Yeah.
Nurkic was having good games. But other than that, I don't really see much Phoenix Suns.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what they're a team that once again they're them and the Pelicans are such a like I won't be surprised if you're a top four team, but I also won't be surprised if like if it just doesn't go well. Like
hmm
either or, I won't be so shocked in. So it's just one of those. So let's go straight to the 15th. One thing I haven't heard this team yet from you. I feel like you probably may see this team just now, but I'm glad that you haven't said this team yet, and I'm happy because I keep talking about I'm having. There's so much teams this year that I can't wait to watch them. I'm like I want to see this team. But who's your fifth?
fifth, shout out to DeRozan.
I do. That's the team I was talking about.
Shout out to DeRozan, man. The Sacramento Kings. You already know.
When we talk about teams that are just going to win games, that's Sacramento Kings. They will win games because they're gonna out like hustle you and just play faster than you. And
Yeah,
Sabonis, if you have time, I literally just started watching the first episode and a half. There's a thing on Netflix, starting five. They talk. It's him, Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, Sabonis, and LeBron. And like Sabonis, when I even watch the highlights, Sabonis one of to me, we were gonna talk about underrated and overrated one time. He's probably one of the most underrated players we have in the league.
100%.
He's so good, man. So talented. So talented of a player. So their starting unit is going to be Darian Fox. So Fox, Keon Ellis, who's going to be their defensive player because he's a good defender, and he's going to do the little things. DeMar, Keegan Murray, and Sabonis. Their bench is going to be Trey Lyles, who's not bad at all. He's
Not.
good scorer. Malik Monk. Mind you, I don't know why ESPN has it like this. They have Malik Monk as a third stringer. What was that? He's like the first guy off the bench. You have Kevin Herter, and Jordan McLaughlin's a good backup point guard as well. So they're gonna be a good team. They're gonna be a good team. And then the playoffs, all you need is eight guys. So your five starters. And then if you can go Malik Monk, you go Kevin Herter and Trey Lyles. They're good. They have Jalen McDaniels, who used to be from the Raptors, and he didn't play well in the Raptors. But I'm pretty confident sometimes these guys will go on a different squad and start hitting threes all of a sudden.
So true. It's so true.
So I expect that to happen. Right. What else do you love about Sacramento?
Man, I love the energy. I love how Fox is just getting better. You know what I mean? Actually being a point guard. You know what I mean? So Keegan Murray is silently becoming one of the better three-point shooters in the league, right? And he's not talked about enough. So I like Sacramento overall, man. I like my boy DeRozan in the mid-range. Like they got a good mix. They got a good
Pe-
mixture of guys can score, put the ball in the bucket, and create offense. So I'm excited to see Sacramento in the playoffs, to be
That's the
honest.
same. I'm really excited to see them because them and like the Pacers, right? Funny enough, they did a trade. But like they both play at the pace. They're like, oh, they're always going to be in a game, always
Yeah,
because
I like that. I like that term you use. Yeah,
the offense is just going to be there. Defensively, they'll keep you in the game, but offensively, like they'll have, and you got to pick your poison. Darian Fox can hit you with a clutch shot because he won clutch, or you have DeMar, who's one of the best clutch guys in the league in the regular season. So now, do I think they need a defensive player? Yeah, I think if they, me and you, I like Keegan Murray too. But a lot of guys are older, so if you want to go into the time, if you want to talk timeline wise, you can always trade Keegan Murray for like a defensive player, Like you get a guy who's like a good wing defender that can help you
They
guard.
got guys that got value, so yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
They were my number four squad, so that's why I was talking about them. I believe my number fifth, maybe your number four, but my number fifth, because Sack was your fifth. My number five was Minnesota.
Okay, okay, okay.
Now, Minnesota I put here, but like we've talked about them a couple times, I may be wrong now. Like I think Anthony Towns is a more talented player than Julius Randle. I truly think so.
Me too, me
But
too.
but when you go Julius Randle, I mean when you go Anthony Towns, then you go Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. Okay, that's equal. It's
It's true.
equal now, right? It's not Anthony Towns. He's not Anthony Davis. Content is a good player, but Julius Randle, points wise, may score the same amount of points, may get the same amount of rebounds, if I, honestly. But now you have Dante, who could also give you points. And you still got Naz Reid, still got
Yeah,
Nikhil.
yeah.
We still got the rookie who can score buckets. So I think Minnesota could be better. And you still have Ant, who needs to fight for these American basketball players because they're just
Cooper's coming, don't worry.
Cooper is coming, man. No, no, no. He's about to take over the world. You have the vet and Joe Ingles, a guy you still don't want to like leave open.
Joe Ingles, hell no. Hell no.
Um, you have another rookie in Terrence Shannon Jr., who was an older rookie. He's 24, so that means he's he can play now if he's 24. Like he can definitely play now
That's
if he's
solid. That's
24.
solid.
Because I'm pretty sure Anthony Edwards is the same freaking age. I think Edwards he's 23. So the rookie that's coming is older than your best player on your team. So that guy, he played for my favorite college team, Illinois. He scored the basket a lot. He was the number one option. But you know how college league is. He'll
Yep.
be more like a Taj Gibson. Like a he can get you a bucket, but he can also play some defense and like be hard nosed. And the better teams that you are, the more you need these extraordinary guys. They have to do the rest of the stuff. Who's your four?
My fourth is the Mavericks, actually.
Ooh, okay. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, why are your fourth?
Well, my fourth Mavs because like they got a little better, yeah, with the Clay, the experience, right? But
Yeah,
I still feel that these other three teams are going to finish the regular season with a better record than the Mavericks, right? We know what the Mavericks have, you know what I mean, with their roster, with Likely and, Irving and, you know what I mean? We know the guys they have, but it's still the same script, right? Fourth is a great to finish in the West, anyways, right now. It's great because you have to
great.
win like maybe 60 games, let's say.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and this is just, and the difference between my 4 to 1 is like a difference of maybe like 4 games, maybe.
Probably, right?
Listen, right?
Because you know what,
So,
last year, the first and second team had the same wins. They were 57. OKC and Denver both won 57 games.
so
Minnesota won 56. So it's like we said earlier. When it comes to these standings, there are predictions, but there's a chance. These are one game. These are one game. Just because you have Babs at four, it doesn't mean they're generally going to be better than the other teams that we're going to name. My four was Sack, but once again, I can see Sack being going higher too. So who's your number three?
it was Dallas.
Who's your four again?
Sac was my 4. Dallas is my third.
Oh, that's your three.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
My three is Denver.
Yeah.
Denver's
Three's
my
Denver.
three.
Okay, okay.
And it's just because mind you, I didn't want to believe in them. I don't want to believe in them because to me they lost too much. Their bench isn't good,
The
but you
bench
still
is really
have
good.
the second best player in the world. You still have Jamal Murray, who hopefully should be much better. You still
Westbrook.
got Michael Porter Jr., who can still score 20 points a game. Aaron Gordon is there. Russell Westbrook is coming off the bench, and it seems like Russell's happier to be on this squad.
Yep,
Russell's the type of guy that needs to be on a squad with not a lot of ego.
yep, yep.
Like him in Washington was good. No one had ego. Bradley Beal barely had an ego. No one had an ego on that squad. Um, Houston had a little bit, but everyone knew it was James Harden's team. So Russell needs a team. He went to the Lakers. Too much ego.
So
Denver has no ego. Jokic just wants to play with his Spurs. So I believe they'll be a good squad. Who's your number two?
My number two. No, I'm on three.
You're on three. Okay, okay, okay.
I'm on three. I'm on three. My number third team is Minnesota.
Yeah, it makes sense. Good squad. Good squad, man. It's a good squad. And the thing is, we said all these guys. Even our last pod, we were talking about them. You know who we haven't said in Minnesota? Fucking Rudy.
I know he gets disrespected,
He
but
did. We did talk about it too, so that sucked. But
disrespect. Sorry,
defensive player of the
no
year.
disrespect.
Defensive player of the year. The man, he's never not had a top 10 defense when he's on the court. So they're going to be a good squad. Now we have the final two teams. Who's your number two?
Dude, the final two. My second team is gonna be whoever Michael Porter Jr. plays for. You know, the Nuggets. The Nuggets are my number two. Like they're gonna win a lot of games regular season. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They lost, like you said, the bench, but I feel like with Westbrook there, he plays 100 all the time. So I feel like with the bench being depleted, I feel it helps Westbrook more because it's like
I agree. I
it's
agree.
his show. So he's gonna do what he wanted, like it was 2016 when KD left. You know what I mean?
I
OKC,
agree.
he's gonna that mentality. So I think it's low key gonna be better for the Nuggets. I feel with a less of a bench with Westbrook there because Westbrook doesn't get injured and miss games like that, so he's always gonna be there. So
I
that's how I
agree.
feel.
No, you're right because I think it's for people have it misconstrued with like a Russell Westbrook. Like give him like less talent. Give him
Mm-hmm,
less talent around him.
mm-hmm,
They're going on a 10-0 run and you just didn't expect it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I know I like that. There's like some players are just better with certain talent. Like LeBron always just kind of well, this is not LeBron now, but back in the day, LeBron just needed one more good player to be
That was
beside
it.
him, and
That
he
was
could
it.
be fine, right? Like,
It was crazy.
and that's all. My number two was the Dallas Mavericks. You said a lot about them. I just think Luca, Kyrie, PJ, Washington, Clay. I'm more curious to see what Clay's gonna do.
Me too. Me
Right? I,
too.
I want to see what Clay they get. I like Najee Marshall. He may be a guy that's gonna be really needed in come playoff time. So I think they're good. Derek Lively is gonna be good. Daniel Gafford. It's a good squad. And Luca is gonna win regular season games because he wants that MVP. And the media wants to give him the MVP. The NBA wants to give him the MVP, so
They
he'll,
do
he'll get that.
so badly.
So I think we both have the same number one.
Yeah.
Uh,
You got the
our,
young boys number one. You got a
uh,
Canadian that should have won MVP last year with the number one team.
that team, for most people are predicting to be number one. If I think about all the standings, East and West, if I had to put money on anything, this is the one thing I'm putting the most money on. As long as Shea's not injured, this is what I put the most money on.
Yeah,
Is on OKC being number one.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're just this is what they say is going to be their starting unit, but who knows? You have Shea, you have Caruso, Jalen Williams, Chet, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Then the bench is Cason Wallace, a guy who like generally think he could be the sixth man of the year. You have Dort, you have Isaiah Joe, you have Aaron Wiggins, you have Kendrick Williams, you have the other Jalen Williams. Um, which day is the rookie day? Oh, they have this rookie as well. Usong Dang. Oh, he's a rookie and like no, he was a rookie 2 years ago, but people like this guy. They played for the yeah. So this squad is good, and they can still get a top six draft pick.
That's wild.
They can still get a top six draft pick, and I think if you go on draft net NBA or something like that, and you do like who they think the top prospects are going to be for the next year draft. Um, but what makes you like OKC? Is it just they have like one of the best players in the league and great young guys?
Not only that, but chemistry matters.
Chemistry
And
does
OKC has a great chemistry. They play with great chemistry. They all play with high motor. You know what I mean? And they all know that they're getting better together.
This is
That's what
true.
you see. You know what I mean? From Chet. Shea. You know what I mean? These guys are all getting better, so they're playing a
Yeah.
lot of confidence.
Yeah, if you look at the draft line, if you ever get a chance to, I didn't know they had this much draft picks. San Antonio has potentially three top 11 draft picks.
Three top 11 draft picks, San Antonio.
Yeah,
San Antonio. With
it's
one
crazy.
spot, San Antonio. That's wild.
So if like everything went kind of the way the records have been lately, because they have Memphis top seven, but Memphis won't have a Memphis should be good. They should be lower, but then you have um mind you, OKC would have in this thing 12, 15, and 16. That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's what OKC has to trade someone eventually. You can't keep doing this.
Mm-mm.
You can't keep doing. You can't keep adding draft picks. It just doesn't make sense.
Mm-mm.
You can't keep adding draft picks. San Antonio can, but you don't have that luxury to add so much.
What a predicament to be in. We have so much draft picks and so much great young players.
Yeah, so much great young players. Um, yeah, no, that's crazy. That is definitely crazy. So that was our both our picks, for the standings. Who do you believe will be win the NBA Cup? You can go East and West, like each side, and who's gonna win it?
For the East, it's going to be the Pacers.
Oh, but they're coming back to the Cup Finals. Okay,
Yeah. And for the West, it's going to be OKC.
and who's your winner?
OKC.
So in season tournament, I'm thinking about those close games. I'm gonna give it to the Knicks
Okay.
in the East, and I'm gonna give it to OKC as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna also pick OKC. Last year when this tournament came out, I'm like, okay, OKC's not ready this year, but next year, because they want to prove something,
Hmm.
right? They're still young and crazy. They're gonna want to prove something. So I think OKC will win as well. Who is your now we're in the playoffs, actual playoffs, your Eastern Conference and Western Conference. Who's in your Eastern Conference finals?
Man, that's being time. That's
And who are they
Boston.
gonna face?
You know what? I'm kind of in between Minnesota.
No, no. I mean, in the Eastern Conference. Who do you think they're gonna face in the Eastern Conference?
Oh, East Finals. Okay, okay. In East Finals, oh shit, I didn't do that. But I feel like Boston should be facing like what I would want to see if it could land like that is in New York.
Me too. Because I agree, Boston's gonna win. I
Yeah,
agree, but like a Boston New York
that'd be crazy,
7 game series,
crazy, crazy,
that's feeding babies right there. That's feeding babies. That's
crazy.
feeding babies right there.
Could you
That's feeding.
imagine Beantown coming to the Garden for a playoff game?
Come on, it's feeding babies, bro.
Ooh.
It's feeding babies.
Ooh.
Now what's your West? The Western Conference one was way harder for me to predict
Definitely.
because it's all about matchups. But if you had to pick the two teams you think, or yeah,
See, okay, this is tough, but like I have Minnesota and I don't know why, but I have Dallas.
I picked Dallas against Denver or OKC. I couldn't make my mind up, but the more I think, I want to say OKC because I feel like playoff wise, it all depends. If Jokic is tired, then Denver's gone. If
Hmm.
Jokic has a little bit of energy in him, they can win. Um, but I'll go OKC versus Mavs. My finals is part two, and I hate doing that because we haven't seen that in a while, like a part two of a finals. But I just think Luca can take him there again.
Yeah, me honestly, like here's the thing. In the finals, you kind of want star power and stars
Yeah,
playing, right?
right.
So with Beantown, you already know. With Dallas, Clay is a star, right? Clay
Yeah,
is a star, right? But you have Luca
he's a
Superstar.
name. He's a name.
He's a
Clay's a
name. You
name.
have Luca and you have Kyrie. Those are name names, right? So
Definitely.
we're gonna kind of want to see that. I would want to see that in the finals, right?
Right.
Of Beantown against Dallas. I'd want to see that.
Right.
So
So you're doing part two again then as well.
I'm doing part two again, man. I'm doing part two again. I just want the East finals to be different, but I'm doing part two again.
So then, and who's your winner?
It's back to back,
Back to back, man. It has to be.
back to back.
Like you want to be different, but it's like
I'm
I'm
looking
enough.
at the best, and we look at the best starting five in the NBA, right? Going back to that question, it's Beantown to me.
Yeah, yeah, still is.
Still Beantown, so it's like
And it's
they're
low
the
key to me
better
B Town
team.
with Al Horford as well. Like if Al Horford just started, I still think it's B Town.
Listen, we're predicting this with both teams healthy, and Al Horford's come off the bench, and KP's
Come
up.
on, man. Come on,
So
no.
that makes Boston's bench a little deeper. It's deeper, right? Even though it's not deep, they have the three: the Hauser, Pritchard, and Horford. But that's enough.
That's
We can talk
enough.
about it. That's enough.
You have Jason Tatum, who honestly didn't have a good playoffs, who's probably going to come into the season like, y'all really don't respect me. The DM podcast didn't make me top five, so he's going to be extra cheesy. We didn't make him
Yeah,
top
yeah.
five. like,
Olympics got played 3 minutes.
you're like,
So
Jalen Brown is thinking that he's that guy. Loki, he's thinking that guy. He got the ring. He has a pretty shorty. He's on cloud nine.
fire,
He's on cloud nine right now. You know what I'm
fire.
saying? So he's thinking to himself like he's good, right? And then you have Drew Holiday, and mind you, what the thing that changes it? Everyone gone paid.
hmm hmm
Now, are they over the luxury tax? Yes, but everyone got is getting their money.
They,
Everyone's good.
they're looking to win another ring, so they don't care about no luxury tax. We're looking to
Nah, man. And there's your best players are still in their freaking prime.
beyond
Like definitely, your best player is 26. Your other best players, I think, is 27.
a couple years from 30 and not two.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure Jalen Brown is 27. I want to
How
assume
Tatum is? Tatum's been 25 for like fucking how many years? Like
Jalen Brown is 20. I guess he'll turn 28 in like 10 days. And then you have Jason Tatum, who I believe should be just a year younger than him. Oh, he's 2 years ago. He's 26. So these guys, like, come on, man. Jason Tatum still, if we're the way we're seeing guys, athletes be playing, the man still has 10 more years left
Tatum, yeah, where it can kind of be, yeah,
where
because
he can kind of
KD's
be
like
a person.
35 or something like that, right? And
He's like
he's
36, 30. Yeah, because Steph is like done. LeBron 40.
LeBron can't even
So,
talk about LeBron's just a cyborg, but we're talking
right?
about guys that actually get injured and missed seasons. Let's talk about Curry. Let's talk about KD. Yeah, they're still
They're still doing their thing. Like James Harden, like 36, 30, like DeMar, 35, 36.
crazy.
Drew
DeMar
Holiday, their teammates, 35. He's got a contract for another 3 years.
DeMar moves like the same like how he was on the Raptor, just a little bit better
Yeah.
footwork and smoother.
Yeah, he's just smoother. Like, but it's like, yeah, yeah. And he plays like an old man now, and it's so hard to like kind of stop that for a guy like DeMar.
Footwork, it's footwork.
Um, but yeah, like, so yeah, that's our predictions. That's our predictions. We both think Boston, they're just the best team. We can all be cool and be like, it's gonna be OKC's year. Heck, I'm okay with a Denver, right? I would have loved a Denver with a KCP versus Boston because the last two NBA Finals guys meeting up to say who's the real kind of. I kind of like that if it's Denver. I'll be happy, but man, I'm gonna go with the Boston, just like YS is going with Boston. But tell us your predictions. Put that in the comments. Who you guys believe is good? Is it Boston again? Is it the Charlotte Hornets? Who's winning the title, guys? Let us know. Let us know. We want to know. But we'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace out and have a good one.